Hello everyone, in today's session we have Dr. Anirudh Jagannath, who is a consultant neurosurgeon at Vikram Hospitals, Bangalore, a unit of Manipal Hospitals. Hello doctor.
Hello everyone.
And then today we will exclusively discuss about pituitary glands and tumor. So let's start with some few basic questions, which is, what are pituitary tumors, doctor?
Pituitary tumors are small tumors which arise within the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is a pea-sized gland. It's located in the base of the skull. Even though it's small, it's a powerful gland and it controls a lot of functions in the body. The growth and development, the reproductive development, the fertility, the emotions, and the lactation, and even the amount of urine we produce is determined by the hormones which is secreted by the pituitary gland. In short, we can say the pituitary gland is the master gland.
So doctor, what are the symptoms of functioning pituitary tumors?
Now, any tumor which develops in the pituitary gland can enlarge in size and cause symptoms. So the pituitary gland, when it grows beyond a certain level, can compress on the optic nerve, can cause visual dysfunction. So that's one prominent symptom of pituitary tumors. Now, the other symptoms of pituitary gland, it depends on the type of the hormone these tumors produce. So it can be a functioning pituitary adenoma or a non-functioning pituitary adenoma. A functioning pituitary adenoma basically secretes the hormones, and a non-functioning pituitary adenoma does not secrete excess of any of those hormones. So if the prolactin, which is one of the hormone, if it gets excessively secreted, then the patient can have an irregular menstruation, can have excess milk secretion at inappropriate times, and infertility. At the same time, if the patient has ACTH secreting adenoma, or what we call as Cushing's disease, patient can have early onset diabetes, can have hypertension, can have abnormal body morphology. There can be a moon face, buffalo hump. There can be an ulcer which tends to heal very long. It takes time to heal, and symptoms like mood swings and depression. Ultimately, there is a reduction in the life expectancy of these patients because these excessive hormones can result in morbidity and mortality.
Doctor, how can we diagnose pituitary tumor?
So generally these patients with pituitary tumors, when they present with visual dysfunction, they meet an ophthalmologist who does the visual acuity and they check the visual fields of the patients. And if there are any deficits, the patient will be subjected to an MRI scan of the pituitary gland. What we call as dynamic MRI of the pituitary gland is necessary at some point of time, and the MRI scan will show some tumors. Along with it, we also check the hormone levels in the blood of multiple hormones which are secreted by the pituitary gland to check whether it's a functioning pituitary tumor or a non-functioning pituitary tumor. With the visual reports, with the hormone reports, the patient will meet a neurosurgeon who is trained in endoscopic skull base surgery. So depending on the radiology, depending on the hormone status, and depending on the deficits in the visual fields, the neurosurgeon will offer a treatment for these patients.
How are pituitary tumors treated, doctor?
Yeah. So the treatment for pituitary tumors vary. When there is not much of a compression on the optic nerve and when the visual tests are normal, we tend to observe these patients with an yearly MRI. If there is a tumor, what we call as prolactinoma, which secretes excess prolactin, then we treat these patients with a medication called cabergoline. This tends to shrink the tumor and reverse the problems caused by prolactin excess. Any other patient with a functioning pituitary tumor, either an acromegaly with a growth hormone excess or a Cushing's disease with ACTH or a cortisol excess, need to undergo endoscopic skull base surgery for its treatment. The other options of treatment in case of a residual tumor or a recurrence tumor will always be a radiation or a gamma knife to the pituitary or sella.
At what age can these tumors usually develop?
Okay. The pituitary tumors can develop at a young age in their 20s or 30s, or it can develop at an old age in their 50s or 60s. So there is no age bar for the development of these tumors from the pituitary gland.
Thank you so much for sharing your
Welcome.
knowledge about pituitary tumors. For more information, please log on to Vikram Hospital.